Hello grade 12s, we're going to do a written activity on string grids, page 85 of your textbook, and number 5 and number 6. So here it is. We are going to answer these questions and I'm going to help you with some diagrams. So the first we're going to find out if it's false, if a statement is false, and then explain how we can change it to be true. Okay, in the coordinates of the cells of a Delphi string grid, the first coordinate refers to the row number and the second to the column. No, it's wrong. The first coordinate is the column number and the second is the row number. Right, so that is false and those have to be reversed. The first coordinate is the column and the second is the row. So A is false. Number B, a Delphi string grid will have one non-scrolling row at the top of the grid always visible and no non-scrolling columns at the left of the grid when its fixed columns are set to 0 and fixed rows set to 1. Let's go and do that in a Delphi program. Fixed columns is 0 and fixed rows property set to 1. So there's a string grid. They say fixed rows must be set to fixed columns set to 0. So let's go to the fixed columns property and make that 0, and then the fixed rows property set to 1. So that is correct. We can scroll left and right, but we can still scroll backwards and forwards. So there's no one, well, there's one non-scrolling row, and that's the one at the top. Okay. Fixed columns has been set to 0 and fixed rows has been set to 1. Okay, so we proved that, and that is true. So now we're going to go to number C. So B is true. Oh, C is missing. Well, it's actually D, isn't it? So we'll just carry on with D in this electronic book, but in your textbook it's C. Anyway, we're in this question. In a Delphi string grid consisting of 5 rows and 4 columns, the bottom right cell is column 4, row 5. Well, I'm going to use a spreadsheet rather. So we have 5 rows. Let's delete this row. And how many columns? 4 columns. Okay. So 5 rows. Actually 5 rows, it's actually 5 rows, it's going to be 1 less, and 4 columns, it's actually going to be that, 4 columns, 1, that's the first column of the string grid, 2, 3, 4, and this is first row of the string grid, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. Now these are the fixed rows and those are the fixed columns, and the address for this cell here is column 0, row 0. So what is the address of this going to be? It's going to be column 3, row 0. So it's 3, 5. See, that's column 3, row 4. Sorry, 3, row 4. And this will be column 3, row 3. This will be column 3, row 2. This will be column 3, row 1. Sorry about the red. Get rid of the red. And this is going to be column 2, row 1. This is going to be column 2, row 2. And this is going to be column 2, row 3. That's going to be 2, row 4. This is going to be column 1, row 1. It's going to be column 1, row 2. It's going to be column 1, row 3. And that's going to be column 1, row 4. See? This is going to be row 0, column 1, row 0. This will be column 2, row 0. This will be column 3, row 0. This will be column 0, row 1. This will be column 0, row 2. This will be column 0, row 3. And this will be column 0, row 4. 5 rows, count them physically, 5, and that is 4 columns. So that is false. It's the answer is for this question here, that 4 comma 5 is false. It's going to be column 3, row 4. Okay, now the next one, to increase the width of a string grid, the col number probably must be increased. No, the col number means how many columns. You want to increase the width of your string grid. Well, basically you can do this and you can still see, but if you want to actually increase the width of a string grid, you actually increase the width of the, you can increase it over here, the width property. There it is there. Okay, or you can go over here to the default column width. So there we go. We've actually increased the width of the string grid quite considerably there. You can see the cells are wider, and that is how you increase the width of the string grid. The col number, no. Right, so that is false, and I've shown you how you can increase the width of the string grid. Okay, number F. If the, or number E in your textbook, and F over here. If the coordinates of the bottom right cell of a string grid are 9, 7. So if they're 9, column 9, row 7. If you look over here, this was column 3, row 4, which means we have 4 columns and 5 rows. And that gives us 20 cells in total. 4 times 5 is 20. Not so. That cell is 3, 4, but it means we have 4 columns and 5 rows. That stands to reason that then the grid's not going to have 63 cells. You have forgotten about column 0, row 0. You know, that extra column in the extra row. So it's always 1 less than. If the address is 9, 7, that means we have 10, 8. So 10 times 8 is 80 cells. So that's false. And I'll explain why. So number G, the property of the string grid to specify whether the grid includes horizontal and vertical scroll bars is a scroll property. No, it's a scroll bar property. So it's scroll bars. Can you see scroll bars? Both. There we go. You can decide whether you want vertical or horizontal or none. So that's also false. G is false, and I've shown you why. Now we're going to go and look at this one. Number 6. Consider the 4x4 Delphi string grid shown below. Okay, so let's see. We've got a 4x4 here, haven't we? 4 columns and 4 rows. Specified 4, col count is 4 and row count is 4, which means we have 3 inside, 3 by 3, 3 trees. We have 9 cells inside, and these are outside, the fixed columns and the fixed rows. Let's go and do our fixed row here quickly. Let's change it back to fixed column, fixed column being 1. Okay, fixed col's 1, so there we have that extra. So we've got 3 by 3, 9 to put data in, and that outside the fixed column, the fixed rows are for the headings. Right, let's have a look here what we're going to do. We're going to put this code in to fill cells. It looks like that. Okay, let's just do this. We'll use this one. Okay, I'm going to use this one here. So we have our fixed cells on the outside, and we have so this is your grid, your headings over here if we're going to have fixed cells, but we're going to fill those fixed cells up as well. So that is 0, 0, column 0, row 0. So we're actually not going to use them as fixed cells. and this is be 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. So that's what it's going to look like. So let's imagine that's the string grid, okay? So for k equals 0 to 3, so there's 4. K is the column and j from 0 to 3 is the row. And for each cell, we're going to put in k plus 1, which is 1, times j plus 1, which is 1. So 1 times 1 is 1. So that one's going to go there. Okay. Then we're going to go and put in column 0. Okay, let me just write the code in here rather. For k equals 0 to 3, do, okay, oh for heaven's sakes, and then we're going to say for j equals 0 to 3. Okay, we've got k and j. Then we're going to say box number k starts at 0. It's going to be box number k, j and k are going to be 0, 0. The first box is going to be k plus 1, which is 1, times j plus 1, which is 1, 1 times 1. Then when k is still 1, and then we're going to go from 0 to 3. Then if j is 1, j is 0, okay? So that will be 1 times 2. No, 1 times 1, yeah, it's actually going to be 1 times 2. So that'll be 2. And I'm guessing the next one is going to be 1 times 3. And then I'm guessing that is what's going to go in the first row. So k is the row. Oh, k is the column. I forgot. K is the column, so it's going to go downwards. Sorry, it's not going to go there. It's going to go down. Right. It's quite interesting. So it's going to be sdg dot cells square brackets k comma j. So we going down equals the k plus 1 times j plus 1. I'm not doing the interstring story because I don't want to have to be worrying too much about Delphi code here. We're doing a little algorithm here. So each cell, starting at k. K is going to be 0 down to 3, from 0 to 3. So while k is 0, the inner loop is going to go from 0 to 3. Okay. So k is going to be 0. So k is always, this one will always be 1. 1 times 1, and then 1 times 2, then 1 times 3, and then 1 times 4. This is what I'm guessing, eh? And then k is going to go to 1. Right. So 1 times 1. if k is 1, then this is 2 times 1. And k is then going to, it stays at 1, okay? So k is going to be 1, so it'll be 2. 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 2 times 3, 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 2 times 3, and 2 times 4. Alright, so k is now, was 1, now it's 2, and then we're going to go from 0 to 3. So if k is 2, we have to say 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, 3 times 4. Okay, now k is 3, and j is going to go from 0 to 3, so it'll be 4 times 1, then j is 1, 4 times 2, and j is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 times 4, and then no, j is 2. Sorry, let's try this again. I'm getting confused. Remember, k is 3. So over here, k plus 1 is 3. And 0 plus 1 is... okay, let's go back again. Over here, if k is 2, then that is 3. If k is 3, then k plus 1 is 4. So 4 times j plus 1, 0 plus 1 is 4. 4 times 1 plus 1 is 8. And then 4 times 2 plus 1, 4 threes are 12. And 4 times 3 plus 1, 4 fours are 16. Right, my guess is that's what the code is going to look like. Let's go and do it in, that's what the string grid will look like. That's my guess. I'm going to do this in onActivate event. It's going to cheat. We're going to use the string grid itself. It's quite tricky. So this is A. Eh? So we have VAR, we need K and J as integers. Those are going to be our columns and our rows. For K equals, now remember K is going to be our column. K equals 0 to 3 do. And for J equals 0 to 3 do. And then we're going to say SDG test dot cells square brackets K comma J equals int to string, because we have to convert all our integers to strings. Everything on the string grid must be a string. Right, so now we're going to go and put in our K plus 1 times J plus 1 K. Let's see if it looks like the one in the diagram that I made. Okay. Put it in form activate. Right, sort of looks similar, doesn't it? Let's go and have a look. I'm going to just reduce this so you can see better. Right, looks like I was lucky. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that's the first one, see? And then 2, 4, 6, 8, and then 3, 6, 9, 12, and then 4, 8, 12, 16. Yes, spot on. So that's how we figure that one out. Okay, that's number A done. Now we're going to do this one. Right. I wonder if I can do that. Okay, the next one is also using for 0 to 3 and 0 to 3. Okay. And we're going to have a question here in the middle. If K is equal to J, then STG test dot cells K comma J equals 1. Else STG test. Okay, we've got to get that thing. STG test dot cells equals 0. Well, we're going to put a 0 in the cell. So if K equals J, will at any time, will K at any time equal J? Oops. This has got to be a 1. Right, now we've got to figure out, is K and J ever going to be equal? Well, yes, the first 0. K is 0 and then J is 0. So we're going to put a 1 right over there. Then when k is 1, well, there it is, guys. 1, 1, 1, and everything else is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Can you see? 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. When this is K and this is J. J is the rows, K is the, J is the row and K is the column. So whenever J and K are equal, then you'll have ones, and that is how the string grid will look. So let's prove it, shall we? Alright, let's put a button in and go and do it quickly. Prove it. If K equals J, then stg test dot cells square brackets K comma J equals a 1, else it will be equal to a 0. There we go. Run the program. That's the code as it is in the activity, and there it is, exactly as displayed in the diagram. Right, so you go and do that activity, and I will see you tomorrow.